So we found out about his heart December 30th, 2014.
Yeah.
We were doing just a normal fetal ultrasound, and it came back they couldn't see a normal 4-chamber view of the heart. So we went to fetal assessment, and then they found out that he had double inlet right ventricle and transposed great arteries. They told us that we would be expecting a surgery at 4 to 6 weeks of age in Edmonton. But what we didn't know is when he was born, he had what's also called pulmonary atresia. So his heart had no connection to his lungs. So that surgery at 4 to 6 weeks was then sped up to the day he was born. We had to fly here to Edmonton.
He was on life support for 8 days
Yeah.
at that time. And they said it was his time to come off, and they gave us the talk and kind of gave us this ultimatum that there really is no ECMO. When they put you on life support, it's to buy time so that they can provide answers. And when there is no, if they're buying time for nothing, it's kind of in essence a waste, right? If they know a surgery's up to come, or they have a way to fix you or save you, they would want to put you on life support so they can buy that time to get there. But for Theodore, that time was running out. He was already on for 8 days. They didn't see any other options. They just gave us the talk and said, we're gonna have to try to take him off. This is his time to come off, his best shot at it.
Christmas Eve at 12, was it 12? 12:30? 12 o'clock. He came off ECMO. And
another Hail Mary to us.
Yeah.
Kind of just like, we gotta hope that this is it. We need a miracle. And
we got our miracle.
It happened. 3 miracles. But yeah.
3 miracles later.
Absolutely amazing. This whole thing has been just a roller coaster of up and down and up and down, and you're at your highest point and at your lowest point. And even on the 23rd, I don't know if it was the 22nd or the 23rd, we had to sit there and talk to each other and say, like, okay, he's been on life support for a week, he's laying there motionless, he's not doing anything. Like, when is that point where it's enough? Like, when do we draw the line of what we can put him through to try to save him? And we didn't give up at that point. We knew he was still strong and he was still fighting, because he wouldn't be at the point he was if he wasn't still fighting. And we basically just kind of turned that decision over on the 24th. Like, we don't have any control of what's happening here. This is now in God's hands. We're handing it over. And at about, I think maybe 11 o'clock, so maybe an hour before the surgeon had came out to tell us it was a success, that's when Stu and Kayla had shown up. And we were just sitting inside of a little waiting area down by where surgeries happen, and they just happened to walk by and noticed us in the room, and then came up to us and asked if we were Theodore's parents, and we told them yes, and they said that they had something for us, and they gave us a card and Stu asked if he could pray with us, and we said, yeah, for sure, let's have a prayer. And he said some very powerful words, and it was a good sign, like, for that to happen while we were in there.
January 4th, he got extubated, and on January 5th, we held our baby for the first time in 27 days. And that was our Christmas, for sure. Like, that day felt like Christmas. He was holding him in our arms again.
And we even saved all of our Christmas presents and everything that we got. I didn't want to open any of that stuff until he was ready, so...
And he's sitting up on his own again. His teeth started growing, you know, like just the normal baby things. And it's really quite a blessing to see how far we've come, because at the time you didn't know when these days would happen, and you would just pray that they would happen, and we would see him in this light again. And, proud of him?
Yeah, how proud we are of him, how courageous he is, how strong he is. I will always continually say he's the strongest person we know.